Next up, we have the Sdrum. It's a drum synthesizer. You can hit the pad to audition the sound, and you can connect here to the note in any of the sequencers to play it. Now, this drum synthesizer has two parts, the bottom and the top. Let's hear just the bottom. Now we hear just the top. You can mix the two layers. This is the noise layer and this is the body of the drum. Each one has a decay. You can make them really short or really long. You can flam them, which means that you will get a double note. The more up it goes, the more distance between the notes there will be. And it's harder to hear when it's a long decay, but yeah, it's still there. Okay. Then you have the drunkenness, which is which sound will come first. If it's exactly on the middle, they come together. If it's on 50. But if you put it to the right, then the bottom you will be heard first. If you put it on the left, then the bottom will be delayed and the top will be heard first, the noise. This is really cool if you want to make for example, a nice bass drum and you want maybe a little bit of noise to come before the kick. Could make your bass drum sound a bit more natural. Or for example, if you really want your body to stand out from this noise, I'm going to increase the flam like that, make a little clap. You can do that with the drunkenness, or make it just sound a bit messy. Sometimes that's good. Okay, now let's dive into the bottom a bit. Pitch is the root pitch that it would dive to. Punch is the curve. So it can be more, if I turn up the envelope and lower the pitch and decay, you can hear that the pitch goes up like that. Then make it more low, more high. And the punch would give that curve more or less exponentialness. If it's really low, it would make that curve be more exponential or move faster. Decay makes the pitch transition from high to low slower, and attack starts off the sound with the sound that's going up. Let's put the decay on maximum. Oh. Yeah, like with this you can make pretty interesting sounds. Now here you have 4 different wave types: sine wave, triangle, saw, square. Usually I recommend only using the sine wave or the triangle, but if you want some very special weird sounds, percussions, this might be the way to go. Very violent. Okay, to get a nice bass drum, you should probably put the pitch quite low, the pitch envelope around mid, and play with the decay and envelope. This is quite a nice sound. If you want to have more that it would resonate more and you don't hear the decay much, you should probably increase the pitch. There you go. Yeah, if you want to make this into a 808, distorted 808, you can go to effects and use the dirt box. Now you don't hear it because this thing needs to be connected to a speaker. Now let me show you something else. Here you have an internal speaker on these devices, but you can switch it off and then you won't hear it from here, but it will still come out of the output, the send out. Now if I connect it here, you still won't hear it, but you see that it's activated. Let me get a speaker. I go to mixing, and I'll take a stereo speaker. Now I'm going to connect it here, and yeah, like this you can use effects for your drums or whatever you're working on. Okay, that's it for the bottom. Now let's look at the top. Yeah, let's turn it on. Let's switch off on the internal speaker. Okay, you have decay, you have punch, makes it the sound shorter if you want to tweak in that range, the shorter notes, and makes it more attack, like hit. If it's without, a bit more open and wide. Color can have more darker pink noise versus white noise. There you go. Now low pass is the frequency. If it's like this, it's completely open. And if there's a high pass, turn it down. This is the full noise. And of course, you can add the resonance to it. If you want to make a hi-hat, for example, you can put the high pass all the way to the top, resonance somewhere in the middle, low pass somewhere here. And if you want it really short, like that, let's listen to it. There you go. Now, show you something else. Last thing here, you have these velocity controls. So bottom velocity and top velocity. If you have it all the way to the bottom, that means that no matter how hard you hit or how soft you hit, it will always be the same volume. But if you have them both on max, then when you hit hard, you will hear hard sound. If you hit soft, you will hear it softly. Now, this is cool that you have them separated because, for example, I could say that I don't want velocity to affect the top so much, but I want it to affect the bottom. So let's try like that. So if I have a snare, for example, if I play it softly, the bottom sound will disappear, but the top will stay there. This is good to get more natural sound. Now about the note input, it's best to feed it range from 0 to 1. Closer to 0 would be a quiet sound. Closer to 1 would be a louder sound. Let's see. Yeah, this will make more sense when we show the sequencers. Lastly, you have here different presets you can choose between, and you can save your own presets. Anytime you make a change and then change the preset, go back, it would recall the change that you had, and then you can copy paste between presets, and you can activate changes of presets through this input. That's it for this one. Oh, and of course you can always change the color to fit your style. That's it. See you in the next one.